A former Premier League footballer gunned down in West Kingston. Bad behaving Canadian woman charged at airport. Maxfield Avenue under close watch by the police, and Boys Town win KASAFA Championship. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. Police are currently investigating an attempted robbery which led to the seizure of a pistol with a magazine containing two 9mm rounds after the victim managed to disarm his attacker during a confrontation in Portmore on Monday. Reports from the Portmore police are that about 9:30 p.m., a man and a woman were parked on the roadway in Silverstone when a gunman approached them with a firearm and demanded their cell phones. The man allegedly refused and a tussle ensued. And during the fight, the man reportedly managed to disarm the gunman, who then escaped on foot in the community. The weapon was subsequently handed over to the police and was packaged for ballistic testing. A Canadian woman who was charged with disorderly conduct for cursing staff members at the Norman Manley International Airport while trying to board a flight on Monday has been fined $20,000. Lisa Budry pleaded guilty when she appeared before presiding Judge Carla Mason at the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Tuesday. Reports are that on May 27 of 2024 at 8:30 p.m., Budry started behaving in a disorderly manner, and it is reported that she started cursing a staff member and shouting at immigration officers. When cautioned against her conduct, she responded, "Hurry, the bad word, enclose and charge me so I can leave this place." Budry was then arrested and charged. And ahead of sentencing, the accused, Judge Mason, noted the sensitivity of the airport and said, "Miss Budry, I am glad that you owned up to your bad behavior, and it is not something that we condone." She was then charged $20,000 or 3 months in prison. Well-known Spanish Town medical Dr. Paul Robinson, who is accused of treating members of the Klansman gang without informing the authorities, had his bail extended on Tuesday when he appeared before the St. Catherine Parish Court. The 65-year-old medical practitioner, who is charged with misprision of felony, is to return to court on July 26. And in outlining the allegations in court, the clerk of the court accused Robinson of treating the gunshot wounds of two members of the gang who are now incarcerated and providing them with prescription in 2020. Robinson was arrested at his office on Yonge Street in Spanish Town in April following investigations into his alleged involvement with members of the Klansman gang. Meanwhile, a man wanted for arson was found hiding in a kitchen during a police sting operation in Sunside District in St. Mary on Monday. He's 31-year-old Andre Mackenzie, a construction worker from Sunside in the parish. Reports indicate that the St. Mary police, along with members of the Jamaica Defense Force, were conducting an operation in the community around 3 p.m. when the team entered a house. The premises were searched and the lawmen found Mackenzie hiding in the kitchen. Mackenzie was said to be wanted by the St. Mary police on charges of arson and other crimes. He is accused of setting a section of a house on fire in Zion Hill, Islington, St. Mary on April of this year. The taxi operator accused of killing a man and burying him in a shallow grave in St. Catherine earlier this month was remanded yesterday when he appeared before the St. Catherine Parish Court. Paul Drummond is charged with murder, accessory after the fact, conspiracy, and unlawful burial of a dead body. Drummond is charged in relation to the death of 34-year-old security guard Kevin Anderson, and he was ordered to return to court on June 12. Investigators reported that the deceased was last seen alive in the company of Drummond on May 1st. He never returned home and a missing person report was later filed. An investigation was launched and Anderson's body was found in the shallow grave on May 9th. Drummond was later arrested and subsequently charged. Meanwhile, members of the St. Andrew South Police are keeping a close watch of sections of Maxfield Avenue following a flare-up of gang violence on the weekend. A 48-hour curfew was imposed in the area on Sunday after a 16-year-old boy was fatally shot in the community. The teenager was killed at the intersection of Ashley Road and Metcalf Street on Saturday night. Another man was wounded in that attack and has been hospitalized. And a 10-year-old boy was also injured in the violence. Superintendent Damian Mandison, head of the St. Andrew South Police, said that the police have now increased their presence in that area. And according to the SOUP, two factions comprising mostly juveniles are involved in the violence. He said these are not big men and the police have identified several suspects and have now launched a search for them. The Kingston Western Police are still trying to determine a motive for Tuesday morning's deadly attack in Denham Town, which claimed the life of former footballer Rafiq Thomas. The 39-year-old who was employed to the Petrojam oil refinery was fatally shot sometime after 5 o'clock at his home on Water Street. A 35-year-old man was also wounded in the incident and is now in hospital. and it's reported that about 5:30 a.m. both men were asleep at a house on Water Street when armed gunmen entered and opened fire. Mr. Thomas died at the scene while the other man was taken to hospital by residents. Senior Superintendent Michael Phipps, head of the Kingston Western Police, said no motive has yet been established for the attack. Thomas played for several local teams including Boys Town, Tivoli Gardens, and Harborview Football Club. Onto sports, Leon Hardware, head coach of two-time champion Boys Town, believes that hard work and discipline were key factors that contributed to his team successful retaining their Kingston and St. Andrew Football Association KASAFA Ray and Nephew Championship. Boys Town held onto the title on Sunday at Anthony Spalding Sports Complex after an exciting 6-5 penalty kick victory over Jamaica Defence Force. And this follows a thrilling 2-all draw at the end of full-time and extra time in front of a packed crowd. Boys Town, situated in the community of Trenchtown in Kingston, and according to Hardware, he is grateful that the team received a lot of support and encouragement from the residents. Meanwhile, in the opening match of the doubleheader, Augustown defeated Duhaney Park 2-1 in the Major League Finals to lift that trophy. And both teams have now been promoted to the championship next year, while Boys Town are set to compete in Jamaica Football Federation Tier 2 competition for a spot in the Jamaica Premier League. West Indies head coach Darren Sammy says that playing in front of the Jamaican fans was a key factor in the team's 3-0 sweep over South Africa in their 2020 International Cricket Series at Sabina Park ahead of the ICC Men's T20 World Cup. The West Indies put on a dominant showing in Sunday's final match as they recorded an 8-wicket win. And for the first time in the series, South Africa started the innings, but they found the going tough with the Windies opening bowlers of Obed McCoy, Shamar Joseph, and Kurish Moti. And at one point, they were struggling at 50 for 4 after 8 overs, but managed to post 163 for 7 in their 20 overs. Chasing 164 to win, Johnson Charles wasted no time as he struck a quick half century to put the West Indies in control. Charles took 26 balls to make 69 runs, including 9 fours and 5 sixes, as he led them to 92 inside 7 overs before his dismissal. And his opening partner and captain Brandon King continued to move the score to 130 inside 11 overs before he was caught for 44. Needing 34 to win, the West Indies got to their target with 37 balls to spare, with Kyle Myers closing the match with an unbeaten 36. And don't forget that the best news and sports takes place on this station. If you missed the news, please go to YouTube, type in Jamerican Undiluted News, listen, like, share, and subscribe to keep it going. That's news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. Have a wonderful day. I gone.